All right, we are back. Me, the Nisse, and Danish girlfriend who doesn't like to be seen or heard but still likes to give advice. So Danish girlfriend, what day is it? That's right, day 24. This is it. We have come to the pinnacle of Christmas, which is kind of like what a marathon runner must feel like at mile 26, that you have reached your goal. Now, I am glad we are here. However, I will be missing the day-to-day interactions with me and the Nisse, though I will always carry the Nisse with me, which means the Nisse has some kind of spiritual quality that you just can't dismiss on a one-day event. And the Nisse and I and Danish girlfriend have a real treat, because today we are going to go to a Christmas service at the Sæby Church, or the Sæby Kirk. And I find this interesting because we are celebrating the Nisse, which is basically a pagan influence that has been Christianized, but we're going to a Christian church. So really, we're bringing it all together. This is pagan Christianity, and whatever you call it, the Nisse is about it, and we like to combine them, because when you're in Denmark, you say God Jul. God Jul. And as we begin the day and celebrate it, however you will, it is God Jul. And now we are off to the church and seeing some of the great, and it's very uplifting, as you still see, as we celebrate Christmas/Jul. So we made our way through the streets of Yuletime Sæby and made our way to the kirk, the church, the cathedral, where everyone is. And they settled down, and we got a seat, and we sat there, and then the service began. And I will tell you something. It was a very peaceful and very meditative sermon. They had an organ, which played an excellent piece of music, several pieces of music that put us in the spirit to contemplate as we looked around the cathedral and saw the relics of holy Christianity. And they were all fantastic, and they were all very inspiring, and they made me feel rather small, which is the way you should feel when you go to a cathedral. And they had these people. Here's the Virgin Mary with the little baby Jesus. Whether you believe in Jesus or not, it's a metaphor for rebirth. And then they would go around and just feel the security of knowing that their faith, and they weren't just people who took things at whatever they got. These were muscular warrior pagans who made sure that what they celebrated was worthwhile and timeless. Because that's why we continue to celebrate Christmas, Yule, and the pageantry that is all a part of it. It is timeless. We are ephemeral, like a little blip on the thing. But yes, we do have food, which is part of the celebration. A nice pork roast, as you can tell, well laid out with potatoes and potato chips. And then, of course, the ris almond, which has an almond in it, and if you get the whole almond, you win. We've come to the end of day 24, and it is now time to light the Nisse for its final time to celebrate the Yule. And it was a fitting end of our journey to have the Nisse, a pagan thing that crept in a Christian ceremony. Now, I think the Nisse covers all religions. I'm sure that the Jewish religion, if they're in New York City watching a movie and eating Chinese food, would enjoy the Nisse too, because let's face it, paganism was before all these religions, and it comes from our sense of ourself, our sense of mythology. And all these religions have had to and wanted to co-opt our primitive sensibilities that the Nisse represents. And that is what tonight is. Yes, it is a Christian holiday. And yes, Christianity came from Judaism. And yes, the Muslim religion came from Judaism through Christianity. But the Nisse is our basic sensibilities, and we should not forget it. So as we end our 24 days, let us celebrate not just whatever religion we may believe in, but also our sense of self that comes from, dare I say, our primitive, our emotional, our sense of the fantastic, because the Nisse is truly a fantastic being. And because I'm going to say it, as the Nisse would say it, Merry Yule.